Good morning, my YouTube people, and welcome back to Backyard Projects. So, it is snowing here in Tulsa, and it is cold outside, and I am here in my greenhouse because it's cold and I can't work in the yard. I can work in the yard if it's cold, but I can't work in the yard if it's wet and snowy because I can't dig any holes or whatever I need to do. So, I thought I would take a moment and clean up my greenhouse, because right now it is a little packed because the other day I had to, in a hurry, kind of pack everything in here before the snow or before the first frost. So my greenhouse is a little packed, and so let me show you the greenhouse and show you what I'm working with. This is what I am working with. So I have all of my palms, my bananas are over there. I have my elephant ears, and then I have my bird of paradise, and then my plumerias. Anyway, I have quite a bit in here that I'm not able to really work, and I have to worry about ventilation and worrying about if everything is going to breathe alright. But aren't these gorgeous? Ugh, I love coming in here whenever it's snowy, because I get to work and play with my plants all day. But yeah, so I need to clean this out so I can move around here. There's one of my little heaters. I had to get a heater today because my little heater crapped out on me. But I don't really have a walkway, so I need to clean this up. So the other day I talked about putting my alocasias in a warm spot. Well, the place that I was going to put it gets a little cold. I don't have it insulated very well, and so I'm afraid to put them in there because I don't want them to freeze, because once they freeze, you're screwed. So anyway, so I do have one little small bulb, and I'm going to show you what I do to clean it up to hopefully get it prepared for next spring. Now, I do run the risk of it not coming back, and I know this, but I just don't have the room, and I don't want to risk losing other things. I do love my bananas, but my elephant ears, but they're not the highest on my priority list. But anyway, see the roots, see all the big leaves. What I will do is I will end up, you can see, I'll just go ahead and cut everything off, which does not take much effort at all. In fact, they just kind of fall away. And on this, I will go ahead and cut off all of my roots. You can see, and basically just kind of make it look like a little bulb. Now, in the springtime, whenever I want to get these going, I just have to put a lot of heat and get them in a lot of sun, which I'll have more room starting in spring because I won't have so much in my greenhouse. So anyway, I just chop off as much as I can, like that. So I don't need it. And just kind of basically leave it like that. Now, all of this will obviously die off just fine. And then whenever it finally dries up, I will go ahead and just, you can just pull them off. So that is one of several that I need to do. And I will take these leaves and I'll put them, I have kind of a makeshift compost bin. I'm just going to put it in there until I can deal with it later. But I just kind of clean them up and get them loaded up and ready to go. As you can see, I'm very crowded and I just don't have any space. So this one is a big root, but what I'm gonna do is take it out of its pot. That's what I do. I go ahead and break off the clump to make it smaller bulbs. It just kind of breaks. You hear it cracking like that. Then I will take this and I'll throw off all the extra dirt. I do want it to be completely rid of the dirt. I want it to be pretty dry. I want to get it nice and clean. Take all the dead leaves off. You'll see where the bulbs start to take place. Here all the cracking and everything, it is the snow and ice coming from the trees. So on this, I have a pretty good bulb. Like this one will be a good one. I will go ahead and cut all these off just to make it more manageable so I can work around it. They're super easy. Actually, a serrated knife would be better for this, but all I have is my pruner. So that is gonna have to work for now. There we go. Kind of cut off the bulk so you can see what you're working with. Cut off all these roots. Like that. It's gonna look like a little chia pet when you're done. I don't know if y'all ever had one. I did. It lived for like 2 weeks and then it died. I was a kid when that happened though. I still probably would kill it. Those things were hard. Anyway, just kind of do that. And again, when these leaves start drying up and dying off, I will then take it and peel off those leaves and make it more of a rounded shape. But this is how you trim your alocasia elephant bulbs. Let me show you on this one. This one's a little different than the other ones. So you see where the mother bulb, you can see it, this is where it was, and then it grew off the offshoot, and this one is kind of rotting and dying. So whenever I am cleaning up my elephant bulbs, what I will go ahead and do is just cut off that old mother plant, and I will trim it up because it's dying. I don't really want it to take down the pup and see that wound. I will set it not outside. I will set it out so it'll dry and callus over. I'll put it on a shelf, like in a warm area, and let it completely dry off so it doesn't hurt the baby plant. So if you see that, sometimes the mother bulb is pretty big and you'll have like 4 to 6 pups around it, and you just cut off the mother so the baby will survive. I wanted to show you that real quick because you'll run into it every now and then. It's a great example of what I was talking about. So you see how the mother plant basically just kind of disintegrated, just kind of empty, but I have several of these pups that are surrounding it. So I've got, let's see, 1, 2, there we go, 8. So I got 8 from that mother plant. See, the mother plant just all disintegrated. So this is another example. So do you see how that one is kind of rotting on the inside, but it's still a pretty good bulb? Well, I'm going to leave it because this inside is dry. Like, it's hard, it's dry, it's already calloused over. It happened in the yard, so nature just kind of calloused it over anyway. So I will go ahead and leave this because it's calloused. It's calloused, so it's dry. It's not wet. It's not going to rot. So I will go ahead and keep that one. Now next year, whenever I put it out in the yard and it is getting wet on the inside, it will go ahead and rot. But I'm hoping that I can get some baby shoots out of it, so it'll give me some pups, and that it will be that. Another trick to know that if you have rot going on is that you will notice a lot of ladybugs. I call them, not ladybugs, goodness, roly-polies. I call them roly-polies. I don't know the actual name of them, but you'll see them crawling all over it, all over your plant, or all over your bulb. And that is one surefire way to know that you have rot going on. So when you see a bulb like what you're wanting, you'll see it kind of curved over to where it's like a dried mound. So all of these will eventually look like that. It just takes a litlittle bit of time. So I have a little bit of rot going on right here. You can see where it's got this little hook. I will go ahead and cut that hook off like that to where it's flat. So whenever all of this callus over, it'll be like a bulb shape. There's lots of little tips you can do. And see, that'll callus over, or this'll callus over to look like this, and then you're good to go for the rot. Look at that. I filled an entire trash can just full of elephant ears. So I will put these out on the flower beds just to kind of give it more cover and just kind of protect it. They're gonna dry up and turn into dry leaves and end up turning into mulch basically. Hey guys, welcome back to Backyard Projects. Now this is actually to finish up my video that I did a couple weeks ago. Don't mind the hair, it is late and I'm in my sweats, so don't judge me. But I wanted to show you what my elephant bulbs look like after I had cut them, cleaned them, and was packing them up ready to go to sleep for the winter. So I cleaned them and I stuck them out in my greenhouse where it's a little warm, just so they would callus over, because I didn't want to just take a wet bulb and put it in a dark, cold place, because it would just rot. So if you look at all these bulbs, how they calloused over, so now they're dry. So now they're not wet. The leaves have shrunk a little bit, which is fine, that's totally normal. But the bulbs are now hard. And that is what you're wanting whenever you're packing them up. So see? But anyway, I just wanted to just show you guys kind of the after, what it looks like after you get them cleaned, prepped, and dried, and ready for storage. So anyway, thanks again guys, till next time, bye.